Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of Monday, March 16th in my Aura Estelle Cloud Planner. A5 wide is the size. I do have a full flip through of this planner linked down in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. And these are the Erin Condren vertical neutral binder pages, which is the same layout, size, etc. as the coil bound version of the planner. So I have these in my Aura Estelle Cloud for right now, and I am really loving the combination. I'm going to be using this kit from Planning World. It's got some like work from home and also just keep going vibes. So I just kind of thought this was like the perfect kit for this week. Like many of you, I am sure we are all stuck at home right now all together and a lot going on, but I just love this kit. It's very springy and just really pretty, and it's got gold foil. The foiling on this is very dainty on the full boxes. There's just like little hints of it on the full boxes, but it's super, super pretty. And then this is a full kit, so it does have, these are like not heart checklists, but just empty checklists, I guess, which is nice because I usually use them more for journaling space anyways. And then this page is very foiled with the foiled headers and the foiled labels. And then I think actually all the pages in the Planning World kit are foiled potentially. So this is also foiled, like all the text on these are foiled. The boxes are not, but you get a variety of boxes, 2 habit trackers, 2 weekly sidebars. You got some bottom washies and date covers. And yeah, so all the pages on a Planning World kit are foiled. I don't know if this is the newest format, but this is, I do really like her format and also like her kits. They're like a little bit less busy than a lot of shops that I use. So it's really nice to mix it up. I am going to pull out my pages and go ahead and jump in. Get started by putting these Rose Shadow collection date numbers on the wrong days, and then I'm going to pull this off when I realize that and fix it off camera because it was too hard to try and like get the numbers off in front of the camera. So I just went ahead and fixed them, and now I'm putting them all down. I struggled with this week so much with, not with the base of this kit, but with like the plans, because I wrote down so much in where I write like my notes for the week for my memory spreads, but it wasn't actually plans. It was more just like a free form thought journal of everything going on. I've had like a lot of, epic emotions and big mood swings and all that kind of stuff, which I'm sure everyone can kind of relate to if you are stuck in the house as well, particularly if you are stuck in the house with a 3 toddlers or a baby and 2 toddlers. But we are mostly doing well, just kind of doing the best we can. I started off, this was our first like full week where the kids didn't have school and all of that stuff. So I started off the week like trying to really stick to a schedule and do all these different activities. And some days it worked and some days it didn't. And I definitely relaxed it more, and you just kind of have to cut yourself a break and do the best you can. If the kids end up watching a little bit more TV one day, it's really not the end of the world. We're usually pretty strict with TV time, but there's just like no way to maintain that in given the situation. My husband is working from home full time now, and he is in my craft space, which makes me have kinds of feelings about that. I mean, I'm happy to share the office with him, but it's tough when like the kids are all napping and I want to get in there, and then I'm just like, oh, can I use my office? Which is kind of weird. And I have worked from home, or I did work from home from 2013, so for a really long time, and I just never, I guess, realized how much time I'm used to spending alone. And because or just with the kids is, but like I get a lot of alone time or time to myself. And even now I still work from home. Just freelance and just a little bit, but I'm not used to having this many people in my space all of the time. And that's actually been harder for me than the not going out. But on the flip side of that, it's really hard for the kids, the not going out, not seeing friends, all of that kind of stuff. So we are, kind of doing the best we can. Lots of big emotions going on, trying to manage all of that and get outside as much as possible, which I feel like it rained like every other day this week. So anytime it was nice out, we tried to spend a lot of time outside. And I definitely think that helps. Most of our good days were outside days, and most of our not so good days were kind of rainy days. But, we're just struggling through like everybody else. Thankfully, we're all healthy and safe, and we are like economically okay, so I really feel for people, but just trying to stay positive, because I'm generally like a pretty up person, not like super cheery up, but like just an upbeat person in general. So this has been a little bit emotional, but just doing the best we can. I am reading a really good book right now. It's called The Editor. It was like the last thing I got at the library. I'm trying to read it really slowly. Usually I read a book in like 2 sittings or so, like power read it. I'm a really fast reader, and then I just will just like binge read, I guess is how I would describe it. So I usually read a book like all in one go or in two goes, whatever you want to call it. But I'm trying to preserve this because it's my last library book, and the library is not going to be open for a really long time. But it's called The Editor, and it's really good so far. It's like about an author writing a book, and then he sells his book to a publisher, and it turns out that the editor that he's supposed to work with is Jackie Kennedy, and it's fiction, obviously, but I mean, she was an editor for a while. But anyway, so it's just really cool, and it's a fun story, at least so far. And then I also started watching Motherland on Freeform, and I am obsessed with it. There's been 2 episodes so far. The premise of the show is that at the American Revolution, real witches like from Salem made a deal with the emerging U.S. government, and so witches are accepted in society, but they have to serve in the military, and they like are the military, and it's just really interesting. I don't know, I'm really into the show. So if you like freeformy kind of stuff or magic kind of stuff, I highly recommend checking that out on Hulu as well. And you'll see I marked in my planner when I started that. So then I decided to use these overlays from Sadie Stickers. I just got these in an Oops bundle. They'll be in my next haul, and I just thought that was like so cute to put a hanging plant in gold foil there. I didn't want to add too much to these. These boxes are foiled, but the foiling was so dainty that I just decided it needed a little something special. So I just grabbed some corners from Scribble Prints Co. and that one from Sadie Stickers to just kind of like round it out a little bit. And I really struggled with putting down the plans for this week because my notes were like so disorganized, because I just ended up pretty much every day like writing down a bunch of journaling stuff. But anyway, Monday, the kids did not have school. My husband actually still had to go to the office on Monday. He was in charge of getting his office set up for everyone to work from home, because he works in like technology, and so he had to go finish because they couldn't quite finish it on Friday of the last week. So we had a really fun pancake breakfast. The kids helped me make pancakes. This was like high maximum energy, all the activities, all the ideas. This was like our first real day home from school. The kids didn't have school on Friday. The Friday before this was their first no day of school, but we had gone to my dad's house. But anyway, so and I feel like over the weekend things had like dramatically looked a lot different, and then we had to start thinking more about if we were going to see family or not, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so starting out the day, we had pancakes, and then we did some crafts. We made special notebooks. I printed like a bunch of worksheets and coloring pages off the internet, mostly worksheets for my daughter, and who is 4, and coloring pages for my son, who is 2, and we made notebooks. We like laminated covers, and I gave them some Simply Gilded sticky notes to laminate onto the covers, and my daughter is like obsessed with hers and really likes doing the worksheets and stuff, so that was nice. And then when they had a nap, I had a big planning session. I actually planned in my personal wide. I was actually supposed to go back to work just doing this one little thing that I do, which was the only planning thing I had been planning to take back for like a really long time this day, but I actually punted for another week and asked them to cover for me again. Just with everyone home, I wasn't sure like I would be able to do it, and I just wanted to see how things were going. And then that night, my husband and I watched the Westworld premiere after the kids went to sleep. So that was all for that day. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to put some stuff down and then take it back up and to kind of like fix this a little bit differently. But basically, it was a really, really rainy day, and which was very difficult. But we did a lot of kid activities, and this was also the day that my husband started working from home, and he's been working from home since then. So everyone in his office is now all set up to work remotely. So that is good, and nobody has to go in anymore, and neither does he, which is great. So he is working from home, so I wanted to mark that. And then I used a Fox and Pip rain boots, which are so cute with the umbrella, and this Artbox Stickers laptop to mark that he's working from home. So then at the bottom, I had like written down basically every single kid activity that we did throughout the day, and I was really struggling to fit it in. And then also on this day, we were kind of going back and forth with our realtor because we were supposed to make closing, but there's like all this weird stuff happening. We didn't end up making closing. Maybe that's not obvious. We did not end up making closing, and I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to while all of this stuff is going on or not. But so it's still a little bit TBD and up in the air, but it was just really stressful this day. I'm feeling much calmer and much better about it now, and I'm just kind of like, whatever happens, and it's fine. But on that day, it was just like, we felt like there was like too many unanswered questions and it was very uncertain. And then for me, the uncertainty is like the part that causes the stress. So I'm feeling calmer about it now, but it was really stressful that day and I wanted to mark that down, but I couldn't fit in all of the kids' activities that I wanted to fit in. So I decided to use a 3-heart checklist to mark down the kids' activities, or just like kind of the top 3 that we did, and use one of the labels with the gold foil to mark down the house stress. So I'm gonna put a strip of washi above the heart checklist in a minute, but basically we did a lot of fun activities that day. It actually went fairly well. We made rain sticks, which honestly that did not go that well, out of like old paper towel or toilet paper empty things. So we painted rain sticks and put the beans in them. Mostly the kids just ended up playing with the beans. We found some fun dance videos online, and the kids have been doing the dance videos, which is really cute. My son mostly just stares, and my daughter like tries to copy the moods but can't keep up, and it's really, really cute. And then we also played with water beads, which was really, really fun, and I really love the way they feel too. They're like, the texture is so crazy, but it made such a mess. I didn't realize that they would like pop so easily. Anyway, then on Wednesday, we started the day by the baby having just like an epic diaper accident while she was in the swing. We had to like wash the whole swing, like the Mamaroo swing, and then also she got her first real bath. Like, since her belly button thing had since fallen off, she could take a real bath in the bathtub. We have like a little seat that goes in the bathtub that I absolutely love instead of having a separate infant bath. It's my personal preference is 100% that. We didn't discover it, I think, until my son was a baby, but we just absolutely love it. So she took a little bath, and the big kids helped me give her a little bath in the morning to deal with that. And then my mom came over that day. We have decided that we are seeing select family members. My mom is helping with childcare. They are also not seeing anybody else, so we feel secure in that, and it's just kind of like a do what you have to do to survive, but it's just, we really need, we really appreciate the help, and my mom's not seeing anybody besides us, so we feel comfortable with that. So anyway, we also that day we FaceTimed some family that we have in Spain, which I hadn't talked to them in a really long time, but my brother had just spoken to them and said like we should really call them. Spain, the conditions of the lockdown are like a lot more severe. You're like not allowed to go out for walks and stuff like that, and things are pretty dire there. But it was really nice to talk to them. We hadn't caught up in a while, and she hadn't seen the baby, so we like WhatsApp FaceTime them, whatever their version of that is called, and had a really nice catch up with them. And then that night I took a bath, which was my first postpartum bath, which you can turn the water as hot as you want. So that's what I did after the baby went to bed, and it was really nice. And then on Thursday, it was a super rainy day again, unfortunately, and we baked cookies that day as an activity instead of doing a craft. We had done kind of like a craft every day. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we had all done crafts, so I decided we would do some baking, and we made like these gigantic cookies, and they were really good. And I made like half a recipe, and we actually still have some in the freezer to keep cooking because I only baked like a handful of them because since my husband's not going to the office, he can't bring in the leftovers, so we just decided to only break a few. And then I did some filming that day, and then that afternoon we cleaned up the house and just tidied, trying to like not let things get away because I get really stressed when the house is in wide disarray and our cleaning people are not coming now, obviously, so we're just trying to keep on top of things as best we can. And then that night I actually had a Google Hangout with my girlfriends from high school, and that was really nice and really fun. And a lot of them are in New York, and then some of them are other places and stuff too. But so we're just all catching up and talking about our isolation and all that kind of stuff. But it was really nice to catch up. And we don't really usually do stuff like that. We kind of like wait until we see each other. And I'm the only one with multiple kids. One other person has kids and no one else has kids. So it was kind of, I don't really get to see them as much as I would like anyways. So that was kind of nice to do. And I think we're going to do another one soon as well. Although maybe not on Google Hangout, because honestly, it seems like there are way better apps that are like the picture quality is better and like it doesn't like bug out as much. Anyway, on Friday, we I don't know. Oh, everyone slept in except my husband went to the grocery store like first thing in the morning. And I don't know what it is about whenever my husband tries to go to the grocery store and he goes like really, really super early, all of the kids sleep in and they like never do otherwise. So I feel bad for my husband, but like literally I didn't get out of bed until 7:30, which is so late when you have 3 small children. The baby was sleeping. My son, who's a 2, who is not a great sleeper, was sleeping. It's just like everybody slept in. And so when I didn't even like wake up until my husband was like getting home and he had already gotten all of our groceries. And then it was a really nice day and I took the kids for a really long walk in the stroller and it was really, really fun. And that was also the day I watched the premiere of Motherland, which is the show I talked about in the beginning, which I do highly recommend if you like magic kind of stuff. And then on Saturday, we just had like a really chill day. I had a really emotional conversation with my dad on the phone. At that point, he was still going to the office and I just didn't feel like comfortable going to see him, but I also just really wanted him to stop going to the office, which he has since done. But anyway, it was a very emotional conversation, so I marked that down. I also washed my hair and then my mom came over again that day just to kind of hang out and help us. And then, yeah, that was it for Saturday. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, freezing cold. I've never been so cold in my entire life and with some really bad pain. And it turns out that I have mastitis. So I'm currently on antibiotics for that, which I don't know if you've never had mastitis. It's an infection you can get while you're nursing. I was really freaked out because I had a super, super high fever, but then my doctor totally talked me down and was just like, look, this is clearly mastitis. You have all of the other symptoms of mastitis. Try not to freak out. I know it's a scary time to have a fever. And then honestly, since taking the antibiotics, I feel so much better. So I'm still on the medicine for it, but I feel totally fine. Anyway, so that was fun, but I was basically sick in bed all day. And then by Monday, I felt totally fine after, getting a couple of the antibiotic pills in me. So I basically stayed in bed all day. I binge watched Outlander. I watched the whole current season up to this point on which is on Stars, but my mom gave me her login to watch that. And then my husband and the kids were just so good, and my husband took the kids as much as he could, and even my daughter was just she kept coming into the room to be like, I'm gonna take care of you, which was really sweet. And then the other thing I marked was that my husband picked up the meds for me at the pharmacy and I took them and then felt better, pretty much is what happened. So it was really good, and the fever was really short-lived. By Monday it was totally gone and everything like that. So I just filled that out. And then, sorry about the weird lighting change. I actually ended up filming Thursday through Sunday at night, which I never film at night. And I was really worried about the lighting, but I actually think it looked better it ended up looking better than during the day. So now I'm maybe I should film with the curtains closed when I film. But anyway, I'm just finishing up with some deco. I used some deco from the kit and some of the bows from the kit. And then these rose-colored days bow swoops and some other dividers that I had from Scribble Prints Co. and CD Stickers that I just thought that was really cute. And I hardly ever use them, but I really just wanted to use them, and I think it looks really pretty. And you know me, I have to have a really busy spread. I can't seem to make an unbusy spread. But that is everything for this week. Okay, that is everything all filled out. This was so hard to do, but it does look really pretty, and I will just give it a quick wiggle so you can see all that gorgeous gold foil. I did all of my writing in a Pigma Micron 03 this week. I just could not be bothered to change pens, and here is what I have left from the kits. One of these flags. Those flags are so pretty, and a little bit of the deco. I didn't really use most of the hearts. I used most of the labels. This one is actually not cut, but it was okay because I still had plenty. I used a lot of the glitter headers. Pretty much this whole page except for a drop of the washi, just one of the checklists. These are so pretty. And I used all of the full boxes and most of this page as well. So that is everything. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at MyCraftyPlans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. And I hope that you are all staying healthy and safe and sane. Bye.